Today I will be showing you how to pick up a dropped stitch in garter stitch. Picking up a drop stitch in garter stitch is similar to picking up a drop stitch in stockinette stitch, but because garter is alternating rows of knits and purls, there is a little trick to it. First off, whenever you notice that you have a drop stitch, a good tip is to grab a locking stitch marker and place it on that stitch so it can't unravel on you anymore. Now that that's done, in order to pick up this drop stitch, first I need to get an opening in my needle tips. So I need to slip these stitches until I'm at that gap, like so. Now for this repair, you can use a crochet hook, or you can use, I like to use a double-headed crochet hook, like a tool such as this. This is a fix-a-stitch, and these come in very handy for repairing a drop stitch in garter, and I'll show you why. But first I'll show you using a crochet hook. So for garter, there are alternating knit rows and purl rows. So we need to decide, what was the row last worked, or, what row is the drop stitch presenting on, and what would the next row be. So this stitch is coming out of a purl bump. Therefore, this was a purl row. The next row would be a knit row. So I know those strands fall to the back. All of the knitted strands fall to the back, and all of the purl strands fall to the front in garter stitch. So the first strand I will need will be in the back. And a lot of times the very bottom strand can be hard to find when looking from the front. It can disappear. It is right there. So make sure you're getting the most bottom, the farthest down strand, which actually is this one right here. So first I will pull this stitch up and make sure it is untwisted and place it on the crochet hook, and then I will remove the stitch marker. Now I find that strand in the back right there and insert the crochet hook under it with the hook pointing up. I grab that loop, twist the hook sideways, and pull it through the stitch, and then pivot the hook up. Well, now this strand needs to be pulled through this stitch from the front, but my hook is facing to the back, so it won't work. This is where the double-headed crochet hook comes in handy. But when using a single-headed crochet hook, I have to remove the hook and bring the hook under and onto that stitch from behind. And now it's easier for me to turn to the wrong side. And I bring, and then there's the stitch, and this is the loop. So I make sure the crochet hook is underneath that loop with the stitch in front. I pivot and pull through. Now again, I need to grab from this side, and my hook is not oriented correctly. so now I'm going to switch to the double-headed crochet hook so that you can see if I had finished on this side. Using this is much easier. I go on, this is my next strand right here. I go under and push to the front, turn the work, because it's easier to do that. Lift these strands up. This strand behind is what I'm going for, and I will pivot. No, it's one in the split. Pivot. There we go. Now I want this strand to get pulled to the back, so I need to go under that strand, push the crochet hook through, turn the work. That's the strand right there, and grab it and pull it through. Now the next strand right here, push to the back, it got pushed all the way to there, so that's the strand. So I'm going to go under it, pivot, pull through. Now I've got 2 more strands left. Push. So that strand fell to the front. I'm going to push it to the back so we can see. Okay, so that's the strand in the back. Go under it, pull it through. Go under this last strand, push. Get that strand positioned behind the stitch so that I can pull it through. Now, I want to put it, I'm going to put it on my left needle. I want it untwisted, so I'm going to catch the left leg like so and slide it off of the crochet hook. And now I can slide all of the stitches to where my working yarn is, like that. And the garter stitch, the dropped garter stitch has been picked up. The garter stitch is maintained, and you wouldn't even know. So that is picking up a dropped stitch in garter stitch. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.